All right. Man, the difference that 1 week can make. My name is Michael DeLu. I am the voice of DUUUVAL. Okay, with that being said, if you are a Jacksonville Jaguars fan just like myself, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and join the Pull Up the Tape community. Why? It only takes a couple seconds and it helps me in being able to reach my long-term goals, all right? With that being said, let's politic and let's pop it. DUUUVAL! Yes! All right. So the Jacksonville Jaguars are now 2-2 after their latest win when they beat the Atlanta Falcons in Wembley Stadium in London, okay? So London is our second home, and we do pretty well out there, honestly, for the most part. I feel like we have a winning record out there over the course of the past 13 years, whatever the case may be. And honestly, the first month of the season is now over. And did I expect us to be 2-2? No. I was expecting us to be 4-0 or 3-1, but nevertheless, it is what it is. It is something that we can build on and moving forward because, you know, we have put together two stinker of performances. Our week 2 against the Chiefs, we stunk the ball up on offense. We stunk. Week 3 against the Texans, we stunk in every single phase. Coaching was ass. The offense was ass. The defense was ass. The special teams was horrible. Okay, but this week, we're righting our wrongs. All right, the coaching looked better. The offense was better. The defense was better. Special teams was better. Okay, first thing I want to talk about is the offense. Okay, and I'm gonna preface this by saying this. I understand that we won 23-7, but our offense only scored one touchdown, and that was the busted coverage that Trevor Lawrence, boom, finds Calvin Ridley in the back of the end zone. Easy touchdown grab for him. And the reason why I definitely don't feel like our offense is firing on all cylinders or firing to the point where we thought we would, based on what we saw in the preseason. Preseason, we looked incredible. And I understand preseason is not the same as the regular season, but nevertheless, we looked way better. Our first string offense against other teams' we didn't lose in the preseason. Our first team offense against other teams' first string defense, we were dominating. We scored so many points, whatever the case may be. And I just expected more of that. You know, I mean, I expected the Jaguars at the very least, every single Sunday, the offense is scoring at least 3 touchdowns, but that hasn't been the case. I think the only time that happened was the very first week. You know, first week we won, was it 34 or was it 37? I can't even remember the fucking score, but nevertheless, it is what it is. Like I said, our offensive line is honestly hampering our offense from being explosive and us being able to fire at all full cylinders, okay? And I think Cam Robinson coming back next week is going to take our offensive line to another level. Cam Robinson will get slotted in at left tackle. We're going to move Walker Little from left tackle to left guard, and I think that will shore up some of our offensive line deficiencies because once again, Trevor Lawrence did not have a lot of time to maneuver, not have a lot of time to, you know, set his feet, whatever the case may be. If it wasn't like a quick 3-step drop or whatever the case may be, he was struggling. I don't want to say struggling, but he definitely did. Even the touchdown pass that he threw to Calvin Ridley, he had to evade an oncoming blitzer to get that off. You know, the offensive line didn't, but nevertheless, it is what it is. If I want to transition to Trevor Lawrence because Trevor had a solid day himself. He had over 200 yards through the air and a touchdown. He could have had 2 or 3 touchdowns, but he missed Christian Kirk on 2 specific occasions in the end zone, which would have extended our lead. But nevertheless, it is what it is. I can't really argue with that too much. A win is a win. A dub is a dub. He also got the job done with his legs. He had 8 carries for 42 yards, which was very helpful because, you know, our running game was horrible. Travis Etienne had 20 carries for 55 yards. I apologize to his fantasy owners because that's not good enough. Honestly, I didn't realize that the Falcons have such a really good defense, but their defense is pretty solid. In terms of the offense, you know, the running game wasn't all that. Trevor had a solid day, not a great day. I will say the attention to detail was there. You know, there was less drops, less penalties, less meaningless. Like the week before that, Calvin Ridley had 2 false starts. There was so many false starts on the offensive line. There were so many drops, so many ineligible man downfield, hands to the face. It was all types of shit, and the offense kept shooting themselves in the foot. None of that this game around. And like I said, there was no drops. There were some missed opportunities by the offense. Like, for example, the missed opportunity that I think of is when Andre Cisco got his interception and we didn't turn that into anything. Part of that is coaching. On 4th and 1, instead of Doug, kicking the field goal and going up 20-0, Doug decides to, let's go for it. But I wasn't in love with the play call. I don't understand why in that situation you call a play action pass. Give the fucking ball to Travis Etienne and get the first down, or run a QB sneak and get Trevor Lawrence the first down. I'm not exactly too sure. And then Trevor Lawrence, tries to take off, runs into a sack. We get no points on that shit. So missed opportunities on that end. We could have went up 20-0 instead of what going up 17-0, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But nevertheless, there were some missed opportunities, but I look for that to get cleaned up as the season continues to go on. I'm still waiting on that game for the offense to be firing on all cylinders and for us to look as explosive as in my head we can be, okay? Nevertheless, Christian Kirk, 8 receptions, 84 yards, Mr. Reliable. Evan Ingram, 7 receptions, 59 yards. Calvin Ridley, 2 receptions, 38 yards, a touchdown. Let me get to the reason why we actually won this game. Our fucking defense. Our defense, the Jacksonville Jaguars, were top 5 in takeaways last season. Top 5 in takeaways last season, okay? We have the same group of guys, so we should be on the same tip. Wreaking havoc and turning the ball over. We got a bend but don't break defense, okay? We might give up yards, but in most cases we don't get 30 burgered. The Colts scored 2 touchdowns against us. The Chiefs scored 1 touchdown against us. Yeah, the Texans game, that was an aberration. The Falcons only scored 1 touchdown against us. For the most part, our defense is solid, okay? And the defense got back to doing what they do best, creating turnovers. And to no surprise, they were out making plays like a bunch of raved, crazed dogs. That's what the fuck we have on defense. Dog-ass niggas at every single level. And it's not a surprise because Desmond Ridder, I seen the next gen stat, leads the league in turnover-worthy plays, which means he's very likely to cough that motherfucker up or throw a pick. And it's no surprise that the Jaguars capitalized on those opportunities. Josh Allen is by far the best defensive player on the defense, the best defensive player on that side of the ball for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yesterday, he put on his big boy fucking pants. He had 3 sacks, 2 tackle for losses, and the game-sealing forced fumble, okay? Foye Oluokun, our best linebacker, 3 tackle for losses, 8 tackles. Darius Williams, 1 pass breakup, 1 pick 6, and 1 dropped interception. He was good. He could have had 2 interceptions. He had 1. Andre Cisco. This the very next play from scrimmage. After Darius Williams pick 6, Andre Cisco gets himself a pick. This is what the fuck we do. All right, our entire defensive backfield was solid all night long. Tyson Campbell, multiple pass breakups, and they were constantly testing him against big defenders. And for y'all that don't know, Tyson Campbell tests very well. That's a motherfucking Georgia Bulldog. Better act like you fucking know. Chad Muma. I got to comment up for Chad. Chad Muma played the best game I've ever seen him play. Chad Muma played the best game I've ever seen him play, and he had multiple batted passes. Was cleaning up tackles. Chad Muma was good. Was very good. We have a solid and competent backup for Devin Lloyd. I'm not too sure how long Devin Lloyd will be out for, but nevertheless, it is what it is. Bijan Robinson, he's electric. He's by far the Falcons' best offensive player, and he's electric. And, at times we did a good job of stopping him, but there were times where he was just ripping shit. All right. So he's electric, but whenever Tyler Algier was in the game, the Jaguars completely shut him down. I was like, he's in the game. I don't know what he had, but I know it wasn't good. I don't know what he had, but I know it wasn't good. I don't know what he had, but it was not good. I don't know what he had, but it was not good. Let me get into our special teams, because our special teams, Brandon McManus, I'll say this about him. He cleaned up his act, and he made 3, if I'm not mistaken, 3 field goals, a 56-yarder, a 43-yarder, and I believe a 38-yarder. So the special teams did their thing. The special teams got it together because the last weekend they were fucking terrible. Last weekend they were terrible. Okay, let me get it again. A 56-yarder, a 43-yarder, and a 38-yarder, and that sealed the game. And then, like I said, our last defensive possession, Josh Allen went out there, strip sack. It is what it is. Forced a fumble. And then we picked that shit up, and then we just knelt the clock out, honestly. I want to give a shout-out to the again, like I said, this is a 3-phase win. All three phases of our team helped us get this win. The offense did what they did. The defense is honestly the MVP unit of this game. And the special teams, you know, they finished out the drives for us where we couldn't get into the end zone, okay? So, and then also the coaching. You know, the coaching was much better this game. And, yeah, that's honestly all I can ask for. I understand it wasn't we didn't get a win against the best team in the world, whatever the case may be. But, honestly, wins are wins in the NFL. No win is an easy win unless you're fucking Patrick Mahomes. But even then, Patrick Mahomes just got to shootout with not even a shootout, a dogfight with the Jets on Sunday Night Football. But, yeah, our next game is against the 3-1 Buffalo Bills. It's going to be like one of our toughest tests of the season so far. Hopefully we test well against them. Hopefully, I'm not even opposed to us losing if we lose in a competitive fashion. Okay, but with that being said, I want to win, but if we do lose, I want it to be as competitive as possible. But with that being said, my name is Michael DeLu. I am the voice of Duval, live from Los Angeles, California. If you're a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, just like myself, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, join the Pull the Take community. With that being said, Duval! I'm out this bitch. Catch me on the next one.